Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. If you are returning, if you are new, welcome. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I embroider the name on these bags that I made, right? So the first thing you're going to need is your embroidery hoop, right? You're going to need some stabilizer. So this is cutaway stabilizer. I typically use tearaway stabilizer because I just feel like it's so much easier. You just stitch your design on there and then you just tear it away. But what I realized, in my opinion, I feel like cutaway stabilizer stabilizes the material better. It's like a better, I don't know. To me, it just seems like it works better. Especially on thin, because this is just quilting cotton, I guess is what they call it. So it's kind of thin, so I think it works so much better on that. So anyway, you have that, you have your fabric, I have a piece of chalk, I have a ruler, and I have some tape, right? So I'm gonna use the tape. The tape is gonna help me to keep my design lined up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the center point on my fabric. So I cut this 13 inches, so I know the center is 6.5. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure 6.5, and then I'm just going to mark it. I'm going to do that a few times down this fabric here. All right, 6.5. And then I'm just going to draw a line. I'm not going to do it all the way down because clearly I don't need it all the way down. But, you know, just to mark the middle, right? So then I know I want to, so to line my hoop up, I'm going to, so I have this upside down. So I'm going to mark it like 4 inches down from the top, right? So I'm just going to mark it here a few times, just like I did for the center. Now, I don't really know an easy way to like line this stuff up. Y'all, I just be winging it. I ain't gonna lie. I just be winging it. But it be working most of the time. It be working most of the time. So that's my center. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put that to the side for a minute. I'm going to put a few pieces of tape on the back of my hoop. So this tape, this is double-sided tape, but it's horrible double-sided tape. I couldn't find my other one, so I'm just using this one. So it doesn't really stick to the fabric that well, but it sticks enough for me to get it in my hoop like I need it. So for me, so of course you have, you have the little arrow right here, right? So I'm going to place that arrow right there in the center where my two lines meet right there. So I'm going to place that arrow right there and make sure that the top edge, that the edge of my hoop is lined up with my fabric. Just like that. So that's how I'm going to line it up. And then I'm going to take this this stabilizer. I'm gonna sit that right there. So I'm gonna fold this over a little bit to hold it in place so it doesn't shift when I move it. That's why it's real important that you get tape that's gonna stick, so you know your fabric is not moving. I don't know. I can't find my other tape, so I'm just, like I said, I'm just working with this one. So we're just going to put that over here like this, right? And then we're just gonna snap it in place. Put it in place. Like that, and then we're going to tighten it up. So there we have it. It looks pretty straight. So there we have it. I probably should have made my line a little bit further down and then also did a cross line right here so I could line it up with that, but no. So now we're going to go over to the embroidery machine. All right, we are at the embroidery machine. I'm going to use green thread for this. So I have my threading already. I have my bottom thread, and I'm just going to put this on the machine. Oh, I was about to put it on upside down. Well, I couldn't put it on upside down, but so there we have it. So right here is our screen. So I already have it set. This is the name I'm going to do on there. So I'm just going to drop that down, and I'm going to press the green, and it's going to stitch. And then I'm just going to stop it really quick, and I'm going to cut that piece of string, and then I'm going to start it back, and then I will be back once it finishes stitching out. Alright, so it is finished, and the first thing I like to do is just cut my stitches while it's still in the hoop. It makes it so much easier. Makes it so much easier. I'm gonna cut the ones on the back. So while I was stitching, I don't know, my thread had got jammed right there, so that was messed up a little bit, but that's that. And we're just gonna pop it out and cut this as close as we can without cutting any stitches. And this is the part I hate. I always, well, not always, but a lot of times I either cut or come close to cutting a stitch or two. That's why I prefer tearaway, because it's so easy. But like I said, in my opinion, cutaway is more sturdier. And I have tried quite a few tearaway, and I don't know, this one do it for me every time. Because, you know, and then some fabrics, when you're stitching them, it tends to like pull, especially the thinner fabrics. That's what I noticed. So there we have it, and I'm just gonna take my little eraser thing and erase this little chalk off here. And it all didn't come off, but so that's it. That's how I attempt to line up my fabric to make it straight in my hoop so I can embroider on it. And so that's it. Until next time, y'all have a great one.